You can release the need to know tonight, because the life that truly fits you is not asking you to solve it before it reaches you. You do not need to understand every delay. You do not need to know why something changed, why someone became distant, why one door closed, or when the next one will open. You do not need to hold tomorrow in your mind until your thoughts become tired. Life is bringing what fits you, not what forces you to become smaller, not what keeps you awake searching for signs, not what asks you to prove your worth again and again. What fits you will meet the person you are becoming. It will have room for your truth, your peace, your needs, and your whole heart. For now, let the questions become quiet. You have carried them long enough. You have turned them over in your mind. You have examined every possible meaning. You have imagined conversations that have not happened and outcomes that may never come. You have tried to protect yourself by knowing everything in advance. But peace does not always come from receiving an answer. Sometimes peace begins when you stop demanding one from this moment. You are allowed to be here without knowing what comes next. You are allowed to rest while life is unfinished. You are allowed to breathe before anything has been decided. There is nothing wrong with you because you want clarity. Your heart has been trying to feel safe. Your mind has been trying to protect you from disappointment. It believes that if it can understand everything, perhaps nothing will surprise or hurt you again. You can thank that part of yourself for trying so hard, and then you can gently tell it, you do not have to work tonight. You are safe enough to stop searching. You are loved even inside an unanswered season. Your worth has not been placed on hold. Your path has not disappeared simply because you cannot see the next part. Some things are still taking shape. Some answers are becoming clearer in ways you cannot yet measure. Some parts of life need space before they can reveal whether they truly belong with you. So soften your grip. Let the future remain where it is. Let this moment hold only this moment. You do not have to know everything to remain whole. You are whole now. Before the answer, before the proof, before the next door opens. And tonight, that is enough. You may have become so used to carrying uncertainty that you no longer notice how heavy it feels. It may follow you from one room to another. It may sit beside you while you eat. It may appear when the house becomes quiet. It may return the moment you place your head down to rest. What did that silence mean? Why did this plan change? Should you keep waiting? Should you walk away? Did you make the wrong choice? Will the opportunity return? Is something better coming? Or are you only telling yourself that because you are afraid to let go? These questions can become a constant sound inside the mind. Even when you are doing something ordinary, part of you may still be trying to solve the future. You may read old messages again. You may remember small details and wonder whether you missed a sign. You may imagine what you should have said. You may create a different ending and quietly wish you could return and make everything turn out another way. Or perhaps there is no single event. Perhaps there is only a deep feeling that you should know where your life is going by now. You look around, and it seems that other people have answers. They appear certain. They appear settled. They appear to know where they belong, what they want, and what step they will take next. And you may wonder why your own path feels unclear. Please remember that you are often seeing the surface of someone else's life while feeling every hidden part of your own. You are not behind because you are still listening. You are not failing because a decision needs more time. You are not weak because uncertainty makes you tired. You are human. Your heart wants something steady to hold. Your mind wants a clear picture. Your body wants to know that it will be safe if life changes again. It is okay to want those things, but you do not have to turn uncertainty into an emergency. Not knowing does not always mean that something is wrong. Sometimes it means there is not enough truth available yet. Sometimes the picture is still moving. Sometimes you are still changing, and the answer that would have fit you before no longer has room for who you are becoming. There may be something you once prayed would stay, yet now you feel how much effort it takes to hold it close. There may be a plan you once wanted deeply, yet part of you has begun to feel tired whenever you imagine living inside it. There may be a place, a role, a relationship, or a dream that looks right from the outside, but man, aches your inner world feel narrow. You do not need to judge yourself for noticing. You are allowed to become honest. You are allowed to admit that what you wanted before may not be what supports you now, and you are allowed to grieve that truth. Letting go is not always a bright moment filled with relief. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it feels like standing in a room after the furniture has been moved, knowing the space has changed, but not yet knowing what will belong there next. Empty space can feel frightening when you have been taught to fill every silence. Yet empty space is also where something new can enter. You do not have to rush to name it. You do not have to replace what left before you understand what it taught you. You do not have to find a new answer only because the old one no longer works. There is wisdom in allowing the space to remain open. Take a moment and ask yourself gently, when was the last time you gave yourself permission not to decide, not to search, not to compare, not to predict, not to force your heart into a yes or a no before it was ready? If one question has been following you, you may quietly name it in the comments. Not because anyone else must solve it, but because sometimes placing a question outside your mind helps you see that you do not have to carry it alone. And if a part of you is wondering whether these words are truly for you, they are for the part of you that has been carrying tomorrow before it arrives. They are for the part of you that is tired of waking up inside the same thought. They are for the part of you that believes rest must be earned through certainty. You do not need certainty to rest. You only need permission. Let this be your permission. You can stop preparing for every possible disappointment. You can stop trying to read the future through someone else's behavior. You can stop asking silence to explain itself tonight. You can let life reveal what fits you through time, truth, and the way your whole being responds. What fits you will not require endless guessing. What fits you will not ask you to betray your own peace to keep it. What fits you may challenge you, but it will not make you disappear. It may ask you to grow, but it will not ask you to become unrecognizable to yourself. You will be able to breathe inside it. You will be able to tell the truth inside it. You will not need to keep proving that you deserve a place there. You do not have to chase that kind of life. You can begin preparing for it by becoming more honest about what no longer feels right. This does not mean you must make a sudden decision tonight. It only means you can stop arguing with what your heart has already begun to notice. There is a difference between fear and quiet knowing. Fear speaks quickly. It creates 10 questions at once. It demands a decision before you have returned to yourself. Quiet knowing is different. It does not shout. It may arrive as a simple feeling of space, a small release in your chest, a soft awareness that you no longer have to and to force what has become exhausting. You do not need to act on every feeling immediately. You can listen first. You can let the truth sit beside you without turning it into a command. You can say, I notice this. You can say, I do not understand it yet. You can say, I will not abandon myself while I wait. This is how trust begins. Not by knowing everything, but by staying close to yourself when you do not. You are safe enough to remain present. You are loved enough to stop proving. You are worthy enough to wait for what can meet you honestly. And you are allowed to let tonight be softer than the thoughts that brought you here. I am safe even when I do not have the full answer. Let those words enter slowly. You may not believe them completely yet. That is okay. You are not being asked to force yourself into certainty. You are only giving your mind another place to rest. I am safe even when the answer has not arrived. Safety does not mean that you can control every outcome. It means you can remain with yourself no matter what comes. It means you do not have to leave your own heart simply because life has become unclear. There have been moments when not knowing felt almost unbearable. Your thoughts may have moved quickly, trying to find something solid. You may have believed that if you could only discover the right explanation, your body would finally relax. But there is another kind of safety. It is the quiet strength of roots beneath the earth. The tree does not see what the next season will bring. It cannot know which branch will hold new leaves or where the strongest wind will come from. Still, its roots remain. They do not need a full picture of the sky to hold the tree steady. You have roots within you too. You have values. You have wisdom gained through experience. You have a growing ability to notice what supports you and what drains you. You have the power to ask for help, to change direction, to rest, to speak, to wait, and to begin again. You are not empty because you do not have an answer. You are carrying more inner support than fear allows you to see. I am safe while life is still becoming clear. You can let this thought rest inside you without demanding immediate belief. Perhaps safety begins as willingness. I am willing to discover that I can be safe in uncertainty. I am willing to learn that I do not need every detail before I can breathe. I am willing to stay beside myself while the future remains open. There is no pressure here, only a new possibility. You can be safe without having everything solved. I can live this moment without solving tomorrow. Your mind may be far ahead of your body. It may already be living through next week, next month, or the conversation that has not happened. It may be planning what you will say if things go badly. It may be preparing for a loss that has not occurred. Come back to this moment, not by fighting your thoughts, but by noticing what is actually here. There is a surface supporting you. There is air moving around you. There is a sound near you, or perhaps a gentle quiet. There is this sentence. There is this breath. Tomorrow is not asking to be solved here. It will arrive in its own time, carrying information that you do not have tonight. It will bring new feelings, new details, and perhaps a clearer view. You do not need to create tomorrow from fear. I can meet tomorrow when it becomes today. I can let the next hour belong to the next hour. I can remain in this moment without reaching ahead. Imagine carrying a box filled with every possible future. You keep lifting it because you believe preparedness will protect you. But inside the box are things that may never happen, conversations that may never be needed, and fears that do not belong to this day. You can set the box down. You are not becoming careless. You are becoming present. The future will not disappear because you stop rehearsing it. Your responsibilities will still be there when you are rested. Your wisdom will still be available. You are allowed to use your energy for the life that is actually happening. I live this moment with an open heart. I allow tomorrow to arrive without pulling it toward me. I do not have to finish a day that has not begun. Let your thoughts slow around that truth. You can live here. You can breathe here. You can rest here. I release the pressure to predict every outcome. Perhaps you learned to predict because surprises once felt unsafe. Perhaps you became very good at reading changes in tone, small movements, and unspoken feelings. You may have learned to prepare before anyone asked you to prepare. You may have learned to expect disappointment so it would not catch you unprotected. That ability may have helped you before. You do not need to shame it, but you can tell it that it no longer has to control every moment. You are allowed to experience life without guessing the ending at the beginning. I release the pressure to know how this will turn out. I release the need to create an ending from the fear I feel now. I allow the outcome to remain open. An open outcome does not only contain difficulty, it also contains support you cannot yet see. It contains conversations that may become kinder than expected. It contains opportunities that have not appeared. It contains strength in you that has not yet been needed. Fear often presents one ending and calls it the truth. But fear does not know everything. Your worried mind may create the worst possible picture and then ask your body to live as though it has already happened. You can notice this without becoming angry with yourself. You can say, "My mind is trying to predict because it wants to protect me." And then you can offer it something gentler. We do not know the outcome yet. We will meet what comes when it comes. We do not need to suffer through an imagined ending tonight. I release the future from the shape of my fear. I allow life to be wider than the story worry is telling me. I can prepare wisely without living in panic. You are learning the difference between care and control. Care says, "I will take the next useful step." Control says, "I must know every step before I begin." Care says, "I can ask a question." Control says, "I must receive the exact answer I want." Care says, "I will listen to my needs." Control says, "I must prevent all discomfort." You do not have to prevent every uncomfortable feeling. You can support yourself through it. You have done this before. You have lived through days you once feared. You have discovered answers after believing none would come. You have adjusted when plans changed. You have found strength in the middle of uncertainty. You can trust that ability again. I release the pressure to predict. I choose to respond when life becomes real. An unfinished question does not make me unsafe. Some questions remain open for longer than you would choose. You may want to know whether someone will return, whether a plan will work, whether you should stay, whether you should leave, whether you will find the place where you belong. The question may feel like a door left open in the middle of the night. Part of you wants to close it. Part of you wants to stand there and watch until something appears. You do not have to stand at that door forever. You can let the question remain open without giving it all of your attention. An unanswered question is not a command. It does not need to lead every thought. It does not need to decide whether you are allowed to smile, rest, eat, work, or enjoy a quiet moment. My life can continue while one question remains unanswered. I can care without becoming consumed. I can wonder without losing myself inside the wondering. Your question is part of your life. It is not the whole of your life. There are still small things near you that deserve to be felt. Warm water, a soft blanket, the quiet after a long day, the taste of something simple, the feeling of clean air entering a room, the the sound of your own breathing when you stop trying to control it. You do not betray your concern by noticing comfort. You do not become careless by allowing one peaceful moment. You are simply reminding your body that life contains more than uncertainty. I give myself permission to experience peace beside an unfinished question. I do not have to close every door before I sleep. I can let life remain open and still feel held. There may be a part of you that says, if I relax, I will miss something important. But what is meant to be seen can still be seen by a rested mind. What is meant to be answered can still be answered tomorrow. You do not lose wisdom when you stop worrying. You make room to hear it. I can trust myself even while I am uncertain. Self-trust is not the belief that you will always make the perfect choice. It is the belief that you will stay with yourself after the choice. It is knowing that if new truth appears, you can adjust. If something feels wrong, you can listen. If you need support, you can ask. If I'll make a mistake, you can learn without turning against yourself. You do not need to know everything in advance to trust yourself. You need to know that you will not abandon yourself when life changes. I trust myself to notice what becomes clear. I trust myself to respond with care. I trust myself to change direction when truth asks me to. Perhaps you have doubted yourself because you stayed somewhere too long before. Perhaps you ignored your own discomfort. Perhaps you chose from fear, pressure, loneliness, or hope. That does not mean you cannot trust yourself now. You are not the same awareness you were then. You have learned. Even the pain taught you something about your needs. Even the delay showed you what you no longer want to repeat. Self-trust can begin again. It can begin with one honest sentence. This does not feel right for me. I need more time. I am not ready to answer. I want something different. I do not know yet. These are not weak sentences. They are signs that you are listening. I trust the honesty that is growing inside me. I do not need instant confidence to honor what I feel. I can take my time and remain worthy. The compass inside you may not point with great force. Sometimes it is only a small shift. A quiet feeling of ease when you imagine one direction. A tightening when you imagine another. A sense that something is true before you can explain why. You do not have to obey every feeling without thought, but you can include your inner response in the decision. You are allowed to be part of the life you are choosing. I do not need another person's clarity to honor my own peace. It can be painful when someone else is uncertain about you. You may want them to explain, to choose, to speak clearly, to make a promise, to offer the certainty your heart has been waiting for. Their clarity may matter. But your peace cannot remain completely dependent on whether they provide it. You can notice what their actions have already shown. You can notice how your body feels around repeated confusion. You can notice whether the connection allows honesty, care, and mutual effort. You do not need to wait forever for someone else to name what you are already experiencing. I honor my peace even when another person remains unclear. I do not need to chase an answer from someone who is not ready to give one. I can listen to what is present, not only to what I hope will happen. This does not mean you become cold. It means you become available to truth. You can love someone and still admit that uncertainty is hurting you. You can understand their struggle and still decide that your heart needs steadiness. You can care without placing your life on hold. You can wish someone well without waiting in the same place forever. I am allowed to choose peace without hating anyone. I am allowed to protect my energy without becoming cruel. I am allowed to stop asking confusion to become commitment. Your peace is not a punishment for another person. It is a responsibility you hold toward yourself. You have the right to ask, does this connection allow me to remain whole? Do I feel free to speak? Can I rest inside what is being offered? Am I responding to what is real or only to what I wish might become real? You do not need to answer these questions tonight. You only need to let them be honest. Your peace can help you recognize what fits. Pressure can make almost anything look like a solution. Peace helps you see whether it has room for your whole life. I allow confusion to settle before I make a choice. You do not have to decide from the loudest moment. You do not have to choose while your heart is racing and your thoughts are pulling in every direction. Some decisions become clearer after the inner storm passes. Think of a glass of water with sand moving through it. When the glass is shaken, everything looks cloudy. You may try to look harder, but effort does not make the water clear. Stillness does. The sand settles because it is no longer being disturbed. Your thoughts can settle in the same way. You do not need to push them down. You do not need to solve each one. You can let them move until they become tired. I allow my thoughts to settle before I decide. I do not need to choose while fear is speaking the loudest. Clarity can arrive gently. Sometimes the wisest decision tonight is no decision. You can sleep. You can wait. You can gather more truth. You can see how you feel tomorrow. You can let your body return to a calmer place. This is not avoidance when you are giving yourself the time needed to respond well. Avoidance refuses to look. Patience looks without forcing. I am patient with the truth as it becomes visible. I let the cloudy water become clear in its own time. I do not stir my mind simply because silence feels unfamiliar. There is strength in waiting without collapsing. There is wisdom in allowing the emotional heat to cool. There is self-respect in refusing to make a permanent choice only to escape a temporary feeling. You are permitted to change direction. Perhaps you fear choosing because you believe every choice must be final. You may think that once you begin, you can never stop. Once you say yes, you can never say no. Once you enter a path, you must follow it to the end, even if it no longer feels right. But life is not a straight hallway with no doors. You are allowed to learn as you go. You are allowed to receive new information. You are allowed to discover that a plan does not fit the way you expected. I am permitted to change direction when I understand myself more clearly. I do not have to stay loyal to a choice that harms my peace. I can honor who I was and still choose differently now. Changing direction does not always mean the first choice was a failure. Sometimes the first path taught you what the next one needs. Sometimes you had to enter a place before you could understand that it was not home. Sometimes experience gives the answer that thought could never provide. You are not foolish because you hoped. You are not weak because you changed. You are not unreliable because your truth became clearer. I can grow beyond an old decision. I can release a plan without releasing my worth. I trust that changing course can be an act of wisdom. The roots beneath the earth do not grow in a perfect line. They move around stone. They turn toward water. They spread where the soil allows them to live. Their turning is not failure. It is intelligence. You have that intelligence within you. You can move around what blocks your growth. You can reach toward what gives life. You can stop forcing yourself into ground that cannot hold you. I allow my path to bend when bending protects what matters. I do not need a straight road to have a meaningful life. I trust the turns that help me remain true to myself. You can wait without abandoning yourself. Waiting becomes painful when all of your attention leaves you and goes toward the outcome. You stop caring for your body. You stop making plans. You stop noticing what you need. You begin living as though your real life will start only after the answer arrives. But your life is already here, even in waiting, especially in waiting. I remain present in my own life while I wait. I do not place my joy completely in the hands of an outcome. I continue caring for myself before anything has been decided. You can wait and still make your room feel peaceful. You can wait and eat something that supports you. You can wait and do meaningful work. You can wait and laugh. You can wait and make plans that belong to you. You can wait without making the waiting your identity. You are not only the person waiting for an answer. You are a full human life. You have thoughts that are not about this question. You have dreams that do not depend on this result. You have qualities that remain yours, whether someone chooses you or not. You have a future that is larger than one decision. I do not abandon today while waiting for tomorrow. I remain a participant in my own life. I give myself care during uncertain seasons. Perhaps waiting has become a test in your mind. You believe that if you are patient enough, loyal enough, quiet enough, or understanding enough, life will reward you with exactly what you want. But patience is not a bargain. You do not have to suffer to prove your faith. You do not have to ignore your needs to prove your love. You can wait with boundaries. You can say, I can remain open for now, but I will also continue living. You can say, I will allow time, but I will not accept endless confusion. You can say, I care, and I also care about myself. I wait without disappearing. I remain open without becoming powerless. I allow time to reveal truth while I continue to honor my own life. The unknown does not reduce your worth. Uncertainty can make you question yourself. When a door does not open, you may wonder whether you were good enough. When someone becomes distant, you may search for what is wrong with you. When a plan changes, you may believe you failed to deserve the outcome. But the unknown is not a measurement of your value. A delayed answer does not make you less worthy. A closed opportunity does not erase your gifts. Another person's uncertainty does not reduce your capacity to be loved. I remain worthy while life is unclear. My value is not waiting for someone else's decision. I do not become smaller because one path did not open. There are many reasons something may not move forward. Timing, different needs, a change you cannot yet see, a direction that would not support who you are becoming, a truth that has not yet been spoken. You do not have to turn every unknown into a judgment against yourself. You can say, I do not know why this changed, and you can stop there. You do not need to add because I am not enough. You do not need to add because I always lose. You do not need to add because life has forgotten me. Those are old conclusions trying to fill empty space. You can leave the space empty. I do not fill uncertainty with self-blame. I release the habit of making every delay personal. I choose not to use the unknown as evidence against myself. You are still you. Your kindness remains. Your courage remains. Your ability to learn, create, love, and begin again remains. Nothing true about your worth has been removed. I am learning to hear what pressure has been hiding. Pressure can become so loud that it covers your own voice. It tells you to decide quickly. It tells you that time is running out. It tells you that everyone else knows more than you do. It tells you that any answer is better than no answer. But when pressure softens, another voice may become clear. It may say, I need more time. It may say, this does not feel peaceful. It may say, I am tired of carrying this alone. It may say, I want a life where I do not have to keep guessing. I am learning to hear the voice beneath pressure. I allow quiet truth to become more important than urgent fear. I listen for what feels honest, not only for what feels immediate. Your truth may not arrive as a perfect sentence. It may appear as a sense of relief when you imagine letting go. It may arrive as heaviness when you imagine staying the same. It may be the sudden awareness that you no longer want to keep explaining away your own pain. You can notice these signals gently. You do not have to turn them into action at once. You can simply admit that they exist. I do not silence myself to keep an old hope alive. I make room for the truth I have been afraid to know. I trust that honesty can be gentle. Sometimes you say you need an answer, but what you really need is permission. Permission to stop waiting. Permission to choose yourself. Permission to accept that something may not become what you hoped. Permission to trust the peace you feel when you imagine a different path. You can give yourself that permission slowly. You do not need to force a final decision tonight. You only need to stop refusing to hear yourself. I choose peace before proof. You may have believed that peace will come after life explains itself, after the message, after the result, after the apology, after the opportunity, after someone finally tells you what you mean to them. But peace does not always wait at the end of certainty. Peace can become the place from which you meet the unknown. I choose peace before the answer arrives. I allow calm to exist without proof. I do not make rest depend on another person's action. This does not mean you pretend everything is fine. It means you refuse to punish yourself while life remains unclear. You can be honest and peaceful at the same time. You can say, "This hurts, and I will still care for myself." You can say, "I do not know what will happen, and I will not frighten myself with every possibility." You can say, "I want an answer, and I do not need to destroy tonight trying to find one." Peace is not denial. Peace is the decision to stop adding extra pain to what is already difficult. I do not add imagined suffering to present uncertainty. I meet this moment with softness. I choose thoughts that allow me to remain close to myself. Imagine a bird resting on a high branch before the next long flight. It does not call the resting time a failure. It does not accuse itself of falling behind. It gathers strength because the journey deserves a steady body. You deserve steadiness too. Rest is not the reward you receive after every question is solved. Rest is part of how you become clear enough to recognize the answer. I rest before proof. I breathe before certainty. I let peace support me while truth continues to unfold. You can take one honest step without seeing the whole path. You may be waiting to understand everything before you move, but sometimes clarity comes after one small step, not a dramatic leap, not a promise to follow one road forever. Only one honest movement. It may be sending a simple message. It may be asking a needed question. It may be saying no to something that drains you. It may be making an appointment. It may be closing the screen and sleeping. It may be choosing not to contact someone tonight. It may be writing down what you truly want. I can take one honest step without demanding the whole map. I allow the path to appear as I move. I trust that the next clear step is enough for now. A path through thick fog is not revealed all at once. You see a little ground ahead. You walk. Then another part becomes visible. The fog does not mean the path is gone. It means you are being asked to move at the speed of what you can truly see. You do not need to run through fog. You do not need to pretend you can see farther than you can. You can walk gently. You can stop when needed. You can listen. I move at the speed of honest clarity. I do not rush simply because the whole path is hidden. I let each true step introduce the next one. Your small step does not need to impress anyone. It only needs to belong to you. I no longer treat uncertainty as an emergency. Notice what happens inside you when you say that. I no longer treat uncertainty as an emergency. You may still feel discomfort. That is normal. The body may be used to preparing for danger whenever something becomes unclear. You can teach it another response. We do not know yet, and we are still here. Nothing must be solved in this exact moment. We can wait for more truth. I can feel uncertain without becoming unsafe. I can feel discomfort without rushing into action. I can let the unknown exist without sounding an alarm inside myself. There is a quiet strength in remaining present when the answer has not come. You are not frozen. You are not helpless. You are gathering information. You are listening. You are letting the emotional waves become smaller before deciding where to move. Not every question requires immediate action. Not every silence contains danger. Not every delay is a warning. Not every change is a loss. I release the habit of expecting the worst from every unknown. I allow neutral space between the question and the answer. I am learning that uncertainty can be uncomfortable without being harmful. When your mind begins creating urgency, you can ask, is something truly required from me now? Sometimes the answer will be yes. Often it will be no. The mind may be asking for action because stillness feels strange. You can let stillness become more familiar. You can learn that nothing terrible happens when you wait one more night before deciding. You can learn that a quiet phone does not reduce your worth. You can learn that the world continues turning even when your question remains open. I let uncertainty become a space for listening, not a reason for panic. I give my mind permission to become quiet. Your mind has worked hard. It has searched for meaning in every detail. It has repeated conversations. It has compared possibilities. It has tried to build a bridge across a future that has not appeared. You can tell your mind that it is allowed to rest, not forever, only now. I give my mind permission to stop searching for tonight. I release the need to solve what time is still revealing. I allow my thoughts to become fewer and softer. You do not have to empty your mind completely. That becomes another demand. You only need to stop following every thought. A thought can appear without becoming a journey. You may hear, "What if this goes wrong?" You can answer, "That is one possibility, not the whole truth." You may hear, "I need to know now." You can answer, "More clarity may come after rest." You may hear, "I cannot handle uncertainty." You can answer, "I am handling this moment now. I do not follow every worried thought to its ending. I let thoughts pass without turning them into instructions. I choose the quiet thought that supports me." Think of your mind as a wide night sky. Thoughts move through it like small clouds. Some appear heavy, some move slowly, some seem to cover everything. But the sky is larger than each cloud. You are larger than the thought moving through you. You do not have to push it away. You can let it travel. I am the space around my thoughts. I do not become every fear my mind produces. I allow the inner sky to remain open. Silence may feel unfamiliar at first. You may notice how quickly your mind tries to fill it. That is okay. You are learning another rhythm. Not the rhythm of constant answers, the rhythm of listening, the rhythm of allowing, the rhythm of letting one moment end before beginning the next. I am safe inside this present moment. Right now, you do not need to carry the entire future. You only need to notice this moment, the place beneath you, the air around you, the weight of your hands, the movement of your breath. You are here. I am safe inside this present moment. I let the present hold me without asking it to explain tomorrow. I return to what is real now. Perhaps the present is not perfect. There may still be sadness. There may still be loneliness. There may still be a decision waiting somewhere beyond tonight. Being present does not erase those things. It gives you a place to stand while they exist. You do not have to stand inside an imagined future. You can stand here, here where the breath is happening, here where your body can receive support from the surface beneath it, here where no future outcome has to be lived yet. I allow this moment to be smaller than the whole problem. I do not carry every day at once. I live one piece of life at a time. There is kindness in making life smaller when it feels too large. This breath, this room, this hour, this one gentle choice. You do not have to hold the entire sky in your hands. You can simply look up and let it be wide. I do not have to chase an explanation. Explanations can be useful, but there are times when the chase becomes more painful than the silence. You ask again in a new way. You search for hidden meaning. You hope one more conversation will finally give you peace. But sometimes the explanation cannot give what you truly need. Sometimes closure is not a perfect sentence from another person. Sometimes closure is your decision to stop returning to the same door for a different answer. I do not chase clarity from places that repeatedly give confusion. I allow actions to speak when words remain unclear. I release the need to understand every reason before I protect my peace. You may never know why someone acted as they did. You may never know why a path closed when it seemed so close to opening. You may never receive an apology that fully names the hurt. That can be painful. You are allowed to wish it were different, but your life does not need to remain frozen until another person explains the past. You can move forward with unanswered parts. You can say, I may never understand all of it, but I understand what it felt like. I understand what I need now. I understand that I deserve peace. I allow my own experience to be enough information to begin caring for myself. I do not need every missing piece before I choose what supports me. I release the belief that understanding everything is required for freedom. There is freedom in no longer asking a painful place to become gentle. There is freedom in allowing the lesson to remain simple. This did not support me. This asked too much of my peace. This is not where I want to keep living. You do not need a more complicated explanation to honor that truth. My life can unfold without my constant supervision. You may be tired because you feel responsible for holding everything together. You believe that if you stop thinking, planning, watching, and preparing, life will fall apart. But life has been moving in many ways without your control. Your breathing continued while you slept. Morning arrived without being managed. Seasons changed without your instructions. People made choices that were never yours to control. Opportunities formed through events you could not arrange. You are part of life. You are not required to operate all of it. I allow life to move without my constant supervision. I release the job of controlling every detail. I trust myself to respond when my participation is truly needed. Think of a wide ocean tide. It moves toward the shore and then away again. It does not remain pressed against the land because it is afraid to leave. Its movement creates space. It follows a rhythm larger than one moment. Your life has rhythms too. times of movement, times of waiting, times of closeness, times of release. You do not have to force every season to remain the same. I trust the movement between arrival and release. I allow life to breathe around me. I do not hold every moment in place. Control can feel like safety, but control often keeps the body tense. Trust is not the belief that nothing difficult will happen. Trust is knowing that you do not need to live through every difficulty before it arrives. You can meet life as it comes. You can allow today to contain only what belongs to today. I trust life one moment at a time. I release what is not mine to manage. I let life carry its own weight. I can breathe while the answer is still forming. Breathing does not mean you have stopped caring. It means you are giving your body room to exist beside the question. You can want clarity and still breathe. You can feel uncertain and still allow your shoulders to soften. You can miss someone and still receive the quiet of the night. You can be disappointed and still let your hands rest. I can breathe while the answer is still forming. I allow my body to rest before life becomes clear. I do not have to hold tension as proof that I care. Sometimes the body begins carrying the question before you notice. The jaw tightens, the shoulders rise, the stomach prepares, the hands remain ready to act. You can speak gently to those places. You do not need to command them. You can simply offer permission. The jaw can release the words it has been preparing. The shoulders can stop holding tomorrow. The hands can remain empty. The stomach can soften around the unknown. My body does not need to solve this. My breath can remain easy. I allow rest to support my clarity. There is no reward for staying tense. You do not receive a better answer because you suffered more while waiting. You do not become more worthy because you lost sleep. You can care for yourself now. I remain on my own side while I wait. This may be one of the deepest promises you can make. I remain on my own side. Even if the answer disappoints me, even if someone does not choose what I hoped, even if I need to begin again, even if I change my mind, even if I feel sadness, I remain on my own side. You have spent enough time turning against yourself whenever life became difficult. You have blamed yourself for not knowing. You have called yourself weak for caring. You have judged yourself for hoping. You have criticized yourself for waiting too long or leaving too soon. You can stop making pain worse through self-rejection. I remain kind toward myself in uncertainty. I do not abandon myself to earn another person's love. I do not attack myself because the future is unclear. You can be the place you return to, not because you have every answer, because you are willing to meet yourself honestly. You can say, I am here. I see that this is hard. I will not leave you alone inside it. You do not need to speak these words perfectly. The feeling matters. The decision to remain close matters. I become someone I can safely return to. I listen to my needs without shame. I protect my peace without punishing my heart. Self-loyalty changes the meaning of uncertainty. The future may still be unknown, but you are no longer unknown to yourself. You know you will listen. You know you will care. You know you will not force yourself to remain where your whole being is asking for space. I trust the relationship I am building with myself. I am worthy of my own patience. I will meet the next answer without leaving myself behind. There is another truth beginning to grow beneath all these words. You do not need the future to promise that everything will happen exactly as you want. You need to remember that whatever happens, you can continue choosing what is honest, kind, and supportive. You can grieve and still move. You can be surprised and still return to yourself. You can lose one idea of the future and discover another. You can release what does not fit and create room for what does. I am not trapped inside one outcome. My life is wider than one answer. I remain open to a future that respects who I am becoming. You may have imagined only one way for things to work. One person, one opportunity, one timing, one result. When that one path becomes uncertain, the whole future can seem uncertain. But life is larger than the single doorway you have been watching. There may be another entrance, another form of support, another kind of love, another way your gifts can be used, another place where your body can finally exhale. You do not need to know where it is tonight. You only need to stop declaring that the closed or uncertain door was your final chance. I allow more than one good path to exist. I release the belief that my future depends on one outcome. I remain open to what fits me more fully. What fits you may not arrive with the drama fear expects. It may feel simple, steady, mutual, clear enough to rest inside. It may not keep you guessing. It may not require you to chase. It may not create a constant need to prove that you belong. You may recognize it by how natural it feels to remain yourself. I welcome what allows me to breathe. I welcome what makes room for honesty. I welcome what does not require me to disappear. You are not asking life for perfection. You are asking for something that can hold truth, something that does not collapse when you speak honestly, something that respects your energy, something that meets you with care. You are allowed to want that. You are allowed to stop calling pain a sign of deep connection. You are allowed to stop calling confusion a spiritual test. You are allowed to stop believing struggle is the only proof that something matters. I release the belief that what is difficult must be meant for me. I learn to recognize steady support. I allow peace to become part of what I call love. Let this new understanding settle without pressure. You do not have to make a decision now. You are only learning another language, the language of fit, the language of mutual care, the language of self-respect, the language of a life that does not require constant force. I am learning what truly fits me. I do not rush this learning. I allow truth to become familiar. You can leave some questions unfinished tonight. You can let them remain open without standing guard. You can let life carry them beyond the edge of this moment. There is no need to close every circle before rest can come. The mind may return to the question again. When it does, you can respond gently. Not now. The answer is still forming. I am safe here. My life is still moving. What fits me does not need to be forced tonight. You can let those words become a quiet place inside you. What fits me does not need to be forced. What supports me will not require constant self-betrayal. What belongs in my life will have room for the truth of who I am. You do not have to repeat these words until they become a performance. You can simply let their meaning remain near you. You are learning to release the need to know. Not because questions no longer matter, because your peace matters too. Not because the future is unimportant, because the present is also your life. Not because you are giving up, because you are making room for truth to reach you without being pulled into the shape of fear. I release the need to know buffet, or life is ready to show me. I trust the quiet work of time. I allow what fits me to become clear without force. Some answers arrive when you stop standing over them. Some feelings become honest when you stop telling them what they should mean. Some paths reveal themselves when you stop trying to see the whole journey at once. You can allow this. You can become still enough to notice what comes closer when you are no longer chasing. You can become honest enough to release what only survives through effort. You can become rested enough to recognize the difference. I trust what becomes clear in peace. I release what demands constant fear. I remain open to a life that feels true from the inside. And for now, you do not need to know more than this. You are here. You are breathing. You are listening. You are allowed to wait. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to leave the question unfinished. Life is still moving toward what fits you, and you do not have to chase it through the dark. There are things that almost fit. They look right from a distance. They may carry the shape of something you once wanted. They may seem close enough to your dream that you keep trying to make them work. So you pull a little harder. You adjust yourself. You become quieter where you once wanted to speak. You ask for less than you need. You explain away the discomfort. you tell yourself that perhaps you are expecting too much. Perhaps you should be more patient, more flexible, more understanding. You keep changing your shape, hoping the situation will finally feel right. But something that almost fits can become painful when you wear it for too long. Imagine a coat made for an older season of your life. At one time, it may have kept you warm. It may have helped you through a difficult winter. It may have been exactly what you needed when you first found it. But you have grown. Your shoulders need more room now. Your breathing has changed. Your life asks you to move in ways that the old coat does not allow. Still, you may keep wearing it because it is familiar. You remember how much you once wanted it. You remember how relieved you felt when it first covered you. You remember the person you were when it seemed to answer a need. So you pull it tighter. You fasten what no longer closes easily. You ignore the pressure around your chest. You tell yourself that discomfort is the price of keeping something important. But what once protected you can later become too small. That does not make the past false. It does not mean you were wrong to choose it. It only means your life has continued moving. You are allowed to outgrow what once felt right. You are allowed to notice when something no longer gives you room. You are allowed to take off what has become too heavy, even if it once gave you comfort. There may be a relationship that only works when you hide your needs. There may be an opportunity that asks you to trade your peace for approval. There may be a dream that belongs to who you were before you learned what truly matters to you. There may be a future you have been trying to force because you are afraid that releasing it will leave you with nothing. But releasing what no longer fits does not leave you with nothing. It leaves you with space. Space can feel empty at first. Your hands may reach for what they are used to holding. Your mind may return to the old picture because it knows every detail of it. You may wonder whether you should put the old coat back on simply because the air feels unfamiliar without it. You do not have to rush. You can stand in the open space for a while. You can notice what it feels like to breathe without pressure around your heart. You can let your shoulders return to their natural place. You can remember how it feels to move without constantly adjusting yourself. Not everything that leaves creates a loss. Some things create room. Some endings return movement to your life. Some unanswered situations protect you from making a permanent home inside something that was only meant to teach you. You may not understand this while you are still close to it. When your heart is attached, even discomfort can feel precious. Even confusion can seem like a reason to hold on. You may believe the pain proves that the connection matters deeply, but pain does not always mean something belongs with you. Sometimes pain is the feeling of trying to remain where your truth no longer fits. Sometimes exhaustion is not asking you to work harder. It is asking you to become honest. You do not have to make anyone wrong in order to admit that something is wrong for you. You do not have to call the whole experience a mistake. You can bless what it taught you and still release your grip. You can appreciate what was real without pretending everything was healthy. You can love what happened and still decide not to live there forever. There is a doorway somewhere in your life that has been measured for your whole self. You will not have to turn sideways to pass through it. You will not have to leave your voice outside. You will not have to remove the parts of you that make others uncomfortable. You will not have to become less alive so the space can contain you. What truly fits you will have room for your questions. It will have room for your growth. It will have room for your quiet days and your strong days. It will not demand that you remain frozen in the version of yourself that first arrived. A life that fits you can grow with you. It can make space as your truth becomes clearer. It can hold your honesty without treating it as a threat. It can allow you to say, "This is what I need," without making you feel ashamed for needing anything at all. You may not know where that doorway is yet. You may not know what the next season will ask you to wear. That is okay. You do not need to choose the next thing before releasing the pressure of the old one. You can begin by noticing where you keep becoming smaller. Where do you silence yourself before anyone asks? Where do you prepare to be misunderstood? Where do you keep giving more because you are afraid that your place will disappear if you stop? Where do you call tension love? Where do you call waiting loyalty? Where do you call self-abandonment patience? You do not need to judge your answers. Let them come softly. If one truth is becoming clear, you may leave one simple word in the comments. Peace, space, honesty, freedom. Whatever your heart is quietly asking for. You do not have to explain the whole story. Sometimes one honest word is enough to begin returning to yourself. What fits you will not require you to keep proving that you are worthy of staying. What fits you will not make your basic needs feel like an inconvenience. What fits you will not punish you for becoming more honest. It may not be perfect. It may require effort. It may ask you to grow beyond old habits. But the effort will not feel like a constant fight against your own nature. You will still recognize yourself inside it. You will still be able to hear your own thoughts. You will still feel that your life belongs to you. There is a difference between growing and shrinking. Growth may feel unfamiliar, but it gives you more room inside yourself. Shrinking may feel familiar, but it slowly takes your breath away. Growth invites you to stand taller. Shrinking asks you to apologize for taking up space. Growth may ask you to leave an old comfort. Shrinking asks you to abandon your truth so nothing has to change. You are learning to recognize the difference. You are learning that peace is not always the place where nothing happens. Sometimes peace is the place where you no longer have to fight yourself. Sometimes peace begins when you stop trying to force your heart into a shape it has already outgrown. Let that understanding become gentle inside you. You do not have to pull yourself into what almost fits. You do not have to remain loyal to a life that no longer has room for your whole being. You can let life bring what meets you more fully. You can wait for what allows your chest to soften. You can become available for what recognizes you without asking you to disappear. I welcome what can meet me without asking me to become smaller. Let this be more than a wish. Let it become a new standard within you. You may have spent a long time believing that love always requires sacrifice. That opportunity always requires exhaustion. That belonging always requires you to change yourself first. But there is another way to live. You can meet life without giving away the parts of you that need care. You can receive without bending yourself into a shape that earns approval. You can belong without performing. I welcome what can see me clearly and still make room for me. I welcome what respects my voice. I welcome what allows my heart to remain open without becoming unprotected. Something truly suited to you will not only be attracted to your kindness, it will respect your limb. It will not only enjoy what you give, it will care about what you need. It will not only want the easy parts of you, it will make room for honesty when life becomes difficult. You no longer need to call one-sided effort love. You no longer need to call constant proving devotion. You no longer need to accept a small corner of someone's life while giving them the center of yours. I release what only works when I abandon my own needs. This may touch a tender place. You may remember how often you said yes while something inside you was tired. You may remember making yourself available when no one asked whether you were okay. You may remember hiding disappointment so the other person would not feel uncomfortable. You did what you knew how to do. Perhaps you believed love meant carrying more. Perhaps you believed asking for care would make you difficult. Perhaps you believed that if you became easy enough to keep, no one would leave. You do not need to punish yourself for those beliefs. You can release them. I am learning that my needs do not make me hard to love. I am allowed to ask for what helps me feel safe and respected. I do not have to disappear in order to be chosen. Let that sink in. You do not have to disappear in order to be chosen. You do not have to hide your feelings. You do not have to become endlessly patient with what continues to hurt. You do not have to act as though everything is fine so someone else can remain comfortable. The right connection will not require your absence. It will want your presence, your real presence, the part of you that feels, the part of you that questions, the part of you that needs rest, the part of you that has learned from pain, the part of you that is no longer willing to accept confusion as the only form of closeness available. I welcome relationships where care can move in both directions. I allow myself to receive the same honesty I offer. I make room for love that feels steady enough to trust. Steady love may feel strange if you are used to waiting. It may not create the same rush. It may not keep your mind busy. It may not make you wonder every morning whether you still matter. It may feel quiet. It may feel simple. It may feel like your body no longer has to stay alert. Do not mistake peace for emptiness. Do not mistake steadiness for a lack of feeling. Sometimes the absence of chaos is the beginning of real closeness. I allow peaceful love to feel meaningful. I release the belief that love must hurt to feel deep. I become open to connection that does not keep my heart in fear. You are not losing passion by choosing peace. You are choosing a form of love that can remain after the excitement changes. You are choosing a place where truth can live. You are choosing a bond that does not need repeated pain to prove that it matters. I trust the difference between a delay and a path that is not meant to continue. Not every delay means no. Some things take time because they are still growing. Some answers need patience. Some opportunities require preparation, but there is also a kind of delay that repeats the same wound. The promise remains in the distance. The explanation never becomes action. The future is always almost beginning. You are allowed to notice the difference. I listen to patterns, not only to promises. I let repeated actions show me what words cannot. I trust myself to recognize when waiting has stopped serving my peace. You do not have to decide quickly. You can watch what continues. You can notice whether care becomes more visible with time or whether you are still carrying the entire connection alone. You can notice whether the opportunity slowly opens or whether you keep standing before a door that has never moved. You can notice whether your patience creates growth or simply extends your pain. I do not confuse endless waiting with faith. I do not make a home inside a promise that never becomes present. I give time the chance to reveal what is true. Time can be a gentle teacher. It shows you what remains after excitement fades. It shows you who can meet you consistently. It shows you whether an idea supports your whole life or only feeds one desire. It shows you whether something becomes clearer or more confusing the longer you hold it. You do not have to force time to speak faster. You can watch. You can listen. You can let the truth become visible through what repeats. What belongs with me can recognize the person I am becoming. You are changing. You may not notice it every day, but you are not standing in the same emotional place where you began. You understand more now. You notice what your body has been trying to tell you. You see patterns you once accepted without question. You have begun to want peace more than approval. Something that only fits the old version of you may begin to fall away. That does not mean you are losing your chance. It may mean you are making room for a life that matches your present truth. I release what is attached only to who I used to be. I allow my future to meet the person I am becoming now. I trust that growth can change what belongs in my life. You may feel guilty when your desires change. You may wonder whether you are being ungrateful. You may believe you should still want what you once prayed for. But the person who made that wish did not know everything you know today. You can honor that earlier version of yourself without following every plan they created. You can say, you wanted safety, you wanted love, you wanted a place to belong. I understand why this seemed like the answer, and now I know more about what true safety, love, and belonging feel like. I allow new wisdom to reshape old desires. I do not owe my future to a dream that no longer feels true. I can choose again without calling my past self foolish. There is tenderness in releasing an old dream. You may need time to grieve not only what happened, but what you imagined would happen. You may be letting go of conversations you thought you would have, places you thought you would go, a version of yourself you thought you would become. Let the grief be honest. You do not have to rush it away, but grief does not mean the old future was the only good future available. It means your heart had invested love there. That love can return to you. It can become care for the life that is still here. I gather my energy from futures that no longer belong to me. I bring my hope back into the present. I allow new possibility to form without comparing it to what I lost. Your hope is not gone. It may simply need a new direction. I welcome opportunities that respect my energy. You may have believed a good opportunity must consume you, that success must leave no room for rest, that your value is proven by how much pressure you can carry without speaking. But work that fits you does not have to empty every part of your life. A meaningful path can ask for effort while still respecting your humanity. It can challenge your skills without teaching you to hate your days. It can allow you to care about what you create without making your worth depend on every result. I am open to work that values what I bring. I welcome progress that does not require constant self-neglect. I allow my gifts to grow in places where they can be supported. You do not have to accept every open door. An open door is an invitation, not a command. You are allowed to look inside. You are allowed to ask whether the space is healthy. You are allowed to notice whether the opportunity fits the life you want to live. Not every promotion is progress. Not every busy season is growth. Not every chance deserves your yes. I choose opportunities with care, not fear. I do not say yes only because I am afraid nothing else will come. I trust that respecting myself does not close every good door. Fear says this may be your only chance. Wisdom asks whether this chance truly supports you. Fear says take whatever is offered. Wisdom asks what the cost will be. Fear says you must prove yourself. Wisdom remembers that your gifts do not need to be punished in order to become valuable. I welcome paths where effort and well-being can exist together. I allow success to feel steady. I release the need to suffer in order to feel deserving. You are allowed to want a life that feels good from the inside, not easy in every moment, not free from responsibility, but honest, livable, whole. I allow relationships to reveal their true shape. You do not need to force a connection into the form you hoped it would take. You can let it show you what it is. If it is friendship, let it be friendship. If it is temporary, let time reveal that. If it cannot offer the closeness you need, let that truth become clear. You do not have to keep adding meaning where another person offers uncertainty. I let connection become what it truly is. I release the need to name every bond as forever. I allow honesty to replace fantasy. Fantasy can feel safer than truth for a we feel. In fantasy, the future remains perfect because it has not been lived. The other person eventually understands. The opportunity finally changes. The waiting is rewarded exactly as you hoped. There is nothing wrong with imagination, but you deserve a life that can meet you outside imagination too. You deserve care that can be felt, effort that can be seen, words that become action, presence that does not disappear whenever you need something real. I choose what can meet me in the present. I do not build my whole future on someone's possible change. I allow reality to guide my heart with kindness. Reality is not always cruel. Sometimes reality is the hand that leads you out of a room where you have been waiting too long. Sometimes reality gives you back the energy hope was spending in the wrong direction. Sometimes truth hurts first because it is opening the door to freedom. You can let truth be loving even when it is difficult. I trust peaceful clarity more than urgent fear. Fear often arrives with a deadline. Decide now. Send the message now. Accept the offer now. Fix the relationship now. Prove that you care now. Peace does not speak in that way. Peace gives you room. It allows you to breathe before you answer. It allows you to check whether the choice agrees with your deeper values. It reminds you that a good decision does not need panic to become real. I do not let urgency make choices for me. I give myself enough space to hear what feels true. I allow calm to become part of my decision-making. There may be moments when quick action is needed. You will know when the situation truly asks for it. But many of the choices that feel urgent are only emotionally loud. You can wait until the noise becomes softer. You can let your response come from the part of you that is not trying to escape discomfort. I respond from self-respect, not pressure. I do not confuse anxiety with intuition. I trust the knowing that remains after fear has settled. Fear may change its story every hour. Quiet knowing often remains simple. This is tiring me. This does not feel mutual. I need more space. I want to stay. I am ready to leave. I need time. You can trust the truth that remains gentle and clear. I can stop negotiating against my own needs. How many times have you talked yourself out of what you felt? You needed consistency, but you called yourself demanding. You needed rest, but you called yourself lazy. You needed honesty, but you called yourself too sensitive. You needed support, but you told yourself everyone was busy. You needed space, but you feared being misunderstood. Your needs have been trying to speak. You can stop placing them on trial. I respect what helps me feel secure and whole. I do not need to argue against every need I have. I allow my needs to become part of the choices I make. A need is not a weapon. It is not a demand that everyone obey you. It is information. It tells you what helps your heart remain open. It shows you what kind of environment allows you to thrive. It helps you recognize what fits and what slowly pulls you away from yourself. I listen to my needs without shame. I communicate them without apologizing for existing. I accept that not every place can meet them. This acceptance can free you. You do not have to convince every person to become capable of what you need. You can notice what they are able to offer. You can decide whether that is enough for the life you want. You can stop turning incompatibility into a personal failure. I release the need to make every connection work. I allow differences to reveal themselves without blame. I trust that what fits me will have space for mutual understanding. What fits your life can arrive without constant struggle. You may have been taught that anything valuable must be difficult to receive, that ease is suspicious, that support will be taken away, that you should expect every good thing to require a fight. But some things come through cooperation. Some opportunities open because you are prepared. Some relationships deepen because both people choose honesty. Some answers become clear because you stop arguing with what you know. I allow life to support me in simple ways. I become available for progress that does not exhaust me. I welcome what can move with me, not only against me. This does not mean you will never face effort. A path can fit and still ask you to learn. A relationship can be healthy and still require difficult conversations. A meaningful life can include uncertainty, but struggle will not be the only thing holding it together. There will also be respect, care, space, shared effort, moments where you can rest without fearing that everything will collapse. I recognize the difference between meaningful effort and endless strain. I do not worship difficulty. I allow support to be part of my life. You deserve more than survival inside the things you choose. I make room for answers that feel steady. Not every answer will arrive with a strong feeling. Some answers come quietly. You wake up and realize you no longer want to keep forcing the same situation. You think about one path and your body becomes calmer. You notice that you have stopped checking for a message. You understand that you can love something and still let it go. Steady answers do not need to shout. They remain. I trust what continues to feel true after the emotion passes. I let clarity become simple. I do not require a dramatic sign before I honor what I know. You may be waiting for life to make the decision so clearly that you cannot doubt it. But sometimes you will still feel sadness after choosing what is right. You may still miss what you release. You may still wonder what could have happened. The presence of grief does not mean the choice was wrong. It means you cared. I allow sadness and clarity to exist together. I do not return to what hurts only because I miss what I hoped for. I trust the peace beneath the grief. This is a powerful truth. You can miss something and still know it was not able to meet you. You can feel love and still choose distance. You can remember good moments without reopening the same wound. Your heart can hold more than one truth. I do not confuse emotional intensity with alignment. Intensity can feel meaningful. The waiting, the relief when attention returns, the fear when it disappears. The emotional rise and fall. Your body may become used to this pattern. Calm can then feel unfamiliar. You may even mistake steady care for a lack of connection because it does not create the same alarm. You are learning a new rhythm. I allow calm to feel alive. I release the attraction to what keeps me emotionally unsteady. I choose connection that does not require constant recovery. Let that rest in your heart. You do not need to recover from love every week. You do not need to rebuild your worth after every conversation. You do not need to live between hope and fear. A healthy bond can still contain challenge, but it does not repeatedly make you question whether you matter. I am ready for care that feels clear in my body. I welcome closeness that allows me to remain grounded. I release the belief that chaos is proof of destiny. You can choose a gentler form of meaning. I can recognize what is right by how fully I can remain myself. You do not have to become your best performance in order to keep what fits. You can have quiet days. You can admit when you are afraid. You can need space. You can laugh loudly. You can change your mind. You can be learning. You can be human. I welcome places where I do not need to hide my humanity. I allow myself to be known slowly and honestly. I choose what does not require a mask. There is freedom in being able to speak before resentment builds. There is freedom in not having to study every word before you say it. There is freedom in trusting that your truth will not automatically end the connection. You deserve spaces where honesty is not treated as danger. I trust what becomes clear without pressure. Some truth arrives only when you stop trying to create it. You may have asked the same question many times. You may have pulled at the same answer. You may have tried to make certainty appear through effort. Now you can let the question breathe. You can let time, action, and your own inner response work together. I allow clarity to come in its natural way. I do not force an answer to calm a temporary fear. I trust what becomes visible when I stop pushing. Think of an old photograph developing slowly in a quiet room. At first, the page seems almost empty. Then a faint shape begins to appear. The image becomes clearer because the process is allowed to continue. Touching it too soon would not make the picture arrive faster. It could blur what was becoming visible. Your answer may be developing in this way, not absent, not hidden to punish you, simply not complete. I give truth time to take its full shape. I do not call the unfinished picture empty. I wait with care for what is still becoming clear. You do not have to stare at the page every moment. You can turn toward your life. The image will continue forming. I am no longer asking the wrong place to become my home. This may be the deepest moment of all. You may have spent years asking a place that could not hold you to become safer. Asking a person who could not meet you to become ready. Asking a role that exhausted you to become meaningful. Asking an old identity to give you a future. You may have believed that if you loved harder, waited longer, or explained yourself more clearly, the place would finally become home. But home is not where you must keep proving that you deserve shelter. Home is where your whole being is allowed to arrive. I release the places where I have been waiting for permission to belong. I stop asking closed hearts to become my shelter. I allow myself to leave what cannot hold me with care. You may feel emotion rising here. Let it be there. You have tried so hard. You have carried hope with both hands. You have made excuses because you wanted the ending to be different. You have returned to the same place and asked whether this time it might finally become gentle. There is nothing shameful about your hope, but you do not have to keep hurting yourself to prove that your hope was sincere. You can release the place without insulting the love you once carried there. You can say, I wanted this deeply. I gave what I knew how to give. I waited because I believed something good might grow. And now I am choosing not to lose myself here. I do not need another rejection before I honor my pain. I do not need one final disappointment before I choose peace. I give myself permission to stop knocking. You are not walking away because you were not enough. You may be walking away because you have finally remembered that you are. You are enough to deserve clear care. You are enough to deserve mutual effort. You are enough to have a life that does not keep you waiting outside its door. And if you are still wondering whether you deserve this peace, you do. You always have. You deserved it before you learned how to ask. You deserved it while you were accepting less. You deserved it in every moment you believed you had to earn love through pain. You do not become worthy by leaving. You leave because you are beginning to remember your worth. Let that sink in. You do not become worthy by choosing yourself. You choose yourself because your worth was already there. Nothing that happened took it away. Nothing you tolerated erased it. Nothing you regret made you less deserving of care. You are not ruined by the years you spent confused. You are not too late because you stayed longer than you wish you had. You are here now. You are listening now. You are returning now. I forgive myself for the times I accepted less than I needed. I release shame about how long it took me to understand. I honor the part of me that is ready to come home to itself. This is the emotional center of your new beginning. You no longer have to wait for someone else to tell you that you matter. You no longer have to collect proof from the outside before you offer yourself kindness. You no longer have to make your worth dependent on being selected. You are worthy while someone is uncertain. You are worthy when a door closes. You are worthy when the future changes. You are worthy when you need to begin again. My worth remains when plans change. My heart remains valuable when love is not returned in the form I hoped for. My life remains full of possibility after one ending. Feel the strength in this, not a hard strength, not a strength that refuses emotion. A quiet strength that can cry and still choose what is true. A strength that can miss someone and still protect its peace. A strength that can feel disappointed without turning disappointment into identity. You are becoming safe in your own care. I allow life to bring an answer larger than the one I imagined. Your mind may have created one picture of happiness, one person standing beside you, one place, one kind of success, one exact timing. It can be frightening to release that picture because you do not know what will replace it. But life may be preparing a form of support you have never considered. A connection that feels different from what you expected. Work that uses gifts you once ignored, a quieter kind of happiness, a life with fewer dramatic highs and much more peace. I release the demand that good must arrive in one specific form. I become open to answers that respect my whole life. I allow possibility to be wider than my imagination. This is not a promise that every wish will appear. It is permission to stop closing every door except one. It is permission to admit that your mind does not know every way life can support you. It is permission to remain curious. What if the answer is kinder than the one you are trying to force? What if the delay is giving you time to become honest? What if the path that fits you feels less dramatic and more peaceful? What if what leaves is making space for something that does not require constant pain? You do not need to answer. Let the questions open space rather than create pressure. I am becoming ready for what can truly stay. To receive what stays, you may need to stop chasing what repeatedly leaves. To receive honesty, you may need to stop accepting half-truths. To receive steadiness, you may need to become willing to release the emotional habits built around uncertainty. This does not happen all at once. You are learning. You are becoming familiar with a different kind of life. I prepare for lasting care by offering care to myself now. I become ready for honesty by practicing honesty within. I make room for what can remain without making me lose myself. What truly stays will not stay because you trapped it. It will stay because it can grow best. Stay you. It will stay because the exchange is mutual. It will stay because both sides are free to be honest. You do not need to control what is capable of choosing you clearly. I release the need to hold what does not hold me. I trust what can remain through truth. I welcome what chooses me without being chased. You can feel the difference. One kind of love leaves your hands tired from gripping. Another allows your hands to open. One kind of path keeps you running toward a finish line that moves farther away. Another gives you small places to rest along the way. One kind of belonging requires you to ask every day whether you are still allowed to be there. Another becomes more secure as honesty grows. You are ready to recognize what can truly stay. You are ready to stop confusing effort with worth. You are ready to meet a life that has room for you, and you do not need to know exactly how it will arrive. Let this moment belong only to you. There is nothing you need to do right now, nothing to decide, nothing to prove, nothing to understand before you are allowed to rest. Let the air come to you. You do not need to pull it in with effort. Notice how the breath arrives. Notice how it leaves. Your body already knows this simple movement. You can let it happen. There is no number to count, no perfect rhythm to reach. Only this quiet exchange between you and the moment. Air entering, air leaving. Life moving without being forced. Let the next breath be easy. You do not have to make it deep. You do not have to hold it. Simply notice that it is here. And when it leaves, let it carry a little of the pressure with it. Not all of it. You do not need to release everything at once. Only what is ready to soften now. Perhaps the forehead has been holding a question. Let it become smooth. Perhaps the space around your eyes has been searching. Let the searching stop. Your eyes do not need to look for the future. They can rest here. The answer will not be lost because your eyes become quiet. Let the muscles around your mouth become soft. You do not need to prepare the next sentence. You do not need to explain your feelings. You do not need to imagine the conversation again. The words can wait. Everything can wait. Feel the surface beneath you. You are being supported without having to earn it. The bed, the chair, or the floor does not ask whether you made the right choice today. It simply holds your weight. Let yourself receive that support. You do not have to hold yourself above it. You can become a little heavier, a little more present, a little less responsible for everything. You are safe in this quiet. The moment is not asking you to perform. It is not asking for an answer. It is only asking you to be here. Let your shoulders notice this. They have carried plans. They have carried imagined outcomes. They have carried the feeling that something important might fall apart if you stopped paying attention. They can lower now. Not because every problem is gone, because they do not need to carry tomorrow in this moment. Let the shoulders become less busy. Let the arms rest in whatever way feels natural. Let the hands stop holding the invisible future. You may notice the fingers are still slightly tense. That is okay. You do not need to command them to relax. Let them hear that nothing needs to be held right now. The message does not need to be held. The relationship does not need to be held. The decision does not need to be held. The future does not need to be held. Your hands can remain empty for a little while. Empty hands are not a sign of loss. They are available for rest. They are available to receive what is real when it arrives. Let the breath move through the chest. There may be tenderness there. There may be a feeling you have tried to name. Do not ask it to explain itself. Let it be only a feeling, warm, heavy, open, tired. Whatever is present can exist without becoming a problem. You do not need to turn every feeling into a message about the future. A feeling can pass through the heart without deciding your whole life. Let the heart have room. You have asked it to carry so much. Hope, fear, waiting, love, disappointment, the wish to know, the wish to stop caring, the wish to be chosen, the wish to feel free. Your heart has tried to hold all of it at once. Now it can hold only this breath. Nothing more is required. There is room around the feeling. There is room around the question. There is room around you. You are not trapped inside one thought. You are not trapped inside one outcome. The quiet is wider than the fear. Let that sink in. The quiet is wider than the fear. You do not need to fight the fear. You can let the quiet surround it. Like soft cloth placed around something fragile. No pressure, no force, only room. Let your breathing remain natural. Perhaps the next exhale becomes a little longer because your body wants it to. Let it leave. Perhaps the next breath is small. That is fine too. Nothing has to happen in a special way. You are not being tested. You are being invited to stop testing yourself. You do not have to do meditation correctly. You do not have to feel peaceful immediately. You can simply remain here. This moment counts even if thoughts continue. This rest matters even if part of you is still worried. You are allowed to receive comfort before you completely believe in it. Bring your attention gently toward the stomach. This is often where the body prepares for what might go wrong. It may tighten before the mind has finished its thought. It may brace as though the future is already arriving. You can offer it a new message. Nothing is happening right now that must be solved. The body can rest from preparation. The stomach can become softer around the unknown. You do not need to press the tension away. Let it know that you are listening. You have worked hard to protect me. You can rest for this moment. You do not have to guard every do or. Let that message travel slowly through the center of you. You can rest from guarding. You can rest from preparing. You can rest from wondering whether you missed something. Nothing important needs to be caught in this breath. Whatever truly needs your attention can meet you when you are clearer. Let the lower back receive support. You may have been holding yourself upright through a difficult season. You may have told yourself to keep going, to remain strong, to wait a little longer, to carry what no one else noticed. You do not have to be strong in the same way now. Strength can become softness. Strength can become receiving. Strength can become the willingness to let the surface beneath you carry some of the weight. You are not giving up. You are resting the part of you that has been standing guard. Let the hips become heavy. Let the legs know they do not have to run toward an answer. There is nowhere to chase, no future to catch, no person to reach before they move farther away, no door you must arrive at before it closes. What fits your life does not depend on panic. Let your legs become quiet. They have carried you through enough for today. They can remain where they are. Let the knees release the need to move. Let the lower legs grow calm. Let the ankles become soft. Let the feet be held. Your feet do not need to know the whole path. They only need to rest where they are now. Tomorrow, they may take another step. Tonight, they are allowed to stop. You do not have to keep walking through every possible future in your mind. The path can wait. The next step can wait. Everything can wait. There is nothing you need to do right now. Let your attention return to the breath, not to change it, only to meet it. The breath arrives without a plan. It does not ask what comes after it. It completes its movement and lets the next breath take its place. You can learn from this simple rhythm. This moment does not need to carry the next one. This breath does not need to become tomorrow. It only needs to be itself. You can let this moment be complete without an answer. You can let this breath be enough without knowing what follows. You can allow life to move in small pieces. Breathe without reaching. Release without forcing. Remain without solving. There is a quiet place inside you that does not demand the future. It may have been covered by noise. It may have been hidden beneath repeated questions, but it is still here. You do not have to search for it. Let yourself become still enough to notice that some part of you is already quiet, even if it is small, even if it feels far away. A small quiet is enough. Let it rest in your heart. A small quiet is enough. You do not need complete peace. You only need one place inside you that is not arguing with this moment. Perhaps it is the breath. Perhaps it is the weight of your body. Perhaps it is the sound in the room. Perhaps it is the space after a sentence ends. Let that place become your resting point. You can return to it whenever the mind begins moving again. Not with frustration, not by telling yourself to stop thinking. Simply return. Here is the surface beneath me. Here is the air. Here is my body. Here is this moment. Nothing more is needed. If a question returns, let it return. You do not have to answer it. You can hear it and remain still. What will happen? You do not know yet. Why did this change? You may understand later. What should you do? You can listen again when you are rested. The question can exist without taking control. You are learning this now. A question can be present, and you can remain peaceful beside it. You do not have to enter every open door in the mind. You can watch the thought pass by. You can let it travel beyond you. You can keep resting. There is nothing you need to do right now. You are safe here. You are held by this moment. You are allowed to stop working for certainty. Let the breath come. Let the breath leave. No count. No demand. No need to make it different. The body may already be finding its own slower rhythm. Trust that. Your body does not need to be ordered into rest. It needs permission. You have permission. You can rest before the answer. You can rest before the decision. You can rest before you feel completely ready. You can rest while one part of you is still uncertain. Rest does not belong only to people who have solved everything. It belongs to you too. If you are still wondering whether you deserve this peace, you do. You always have. You deserved peace when you were confused. You deserved peace when you made the wrong choice. You deserved peace when you stayed too long. You deserved peace when you left and wondered whether you should return. You deserved peace in every moment you believed you had to earn it. Peace is not a prize for perfect decisions. It is a form of care. Let yourself receive a little care now. You do not need to be ready for the whole future. You only need to be willing to rest in this moment. Notice whether the jaw has softened. Notice whether the shoulders have lowered. Notice whether the hands feel less busy. You do not need to search for a dramatic change. Small softening is enough. A little more space is enough. One easier breath is enough. You are not trying to become someone else. You are allowing yourself to stop carrying what does not belong to this moment. Tomorrow does not belong here. The final answer does not belong here. Another person's choice does not belong in your body tonight. Let each one return to its proper place. Tomorrow can remain tomorrow. The answer can remain unfinished. Another person can carry responsibility for their own decision. You can carry only yourself, and even yourself does not need to be carried with force. You can be held. Let the quiet hold you. Let the surface hold you. Let the ordinary steadiness of the Ra-Kai hold you. You do not need a sign. You do not need a promise. You do not need a perfect feeling. You can rest without proof. Everything can wait. The future can wait. The explanation can wait. The need to know can wait outside this quiet moment. You are here. Your breath is here. Your body is here. That is enough for now. Let the exhale leave with no effort. Let the next breath arrive when it is ready. You do not need to guide it. You do not need to lead life through every movement. You can receive this breath. You can receive this moment. You can receive rest without asking what it will change. There is nothing to fix in the quiet, nothing to prove, nothing to become, only a gentle return to yourself. You have spent enough time living ahead of your own life. Come back to where you are. Come back to the body that has been waiting for your attention. Come back to the quiet place beneath the questions. You do not have to know. You do not have to decide. You do not have to chase. You can remain here. Let that rest in your heart. You can remain here. You can be uncertain and still be held. You can be unfinished and still be worthy of rest. You can be waiting and still belong fully to yourself. Everything can wait. Just breathe in the way your body already knows. Let the breath be simple. Let the body be heavy. Let the mind become less responsible for the future. There is nothing you need to do right now. You are safe in this quiet. You are allowed to stay here a little longer. You can trust life without turning away from yourself. You can loosen your grip on the outcome and still remain loyal to your needs. You can stop forcing the future and still protect what matters to you. You can allow time to reveal the truth without becoming passive, silent, or small. Trust does not mean you accept everything. Trust does not mean you ignore what hurts. Trust does not mean you wait forever for someone or something to change. Real trust begins when you know that whatever becomes clear, you will meet it without abandoning your own heart. I am no longer asking fear to make my decisions. Let these words move gently through you. Fear may still speak. It may still offer warnings. It may still imagine what could go wrong. You do not have to silence it with force. You can hear it and choose not to follow it. I can listen to fear without giving it control. I can notice worry without building my future around it. I let my choices come from the part of me that feels calm, honest, and awake. There is a steady place inside you beneath the rush of thought. It does not need to shout. It does not need to prove itself. It simply knows when something asks too much of your peace. You are learning to hear that place. You are learning to trust the quiet message that remains after panic becomes tired. I surrender the outcome without surrendering my voice. You do not have to control what happens next, but you are allowed to speak. You are allowed to ask a clear question. You're allowed to say that something does not feel right. You're allowed to leave a conversation that keeps moving away from honesty. You're allowed to choose your well-being, even when another person does not understand. Surrender does not remove your voice. It removes the belief that you must force the world to obey your voice in order to be safe. I speak honestly, and I release what others choose to do with my honesty. I express what matters without begging to be understood. I allow my truth to stand even when another person cannot meet it. Your truth does not become less true because someone avoids it. Your need for respect does not become unreasonable because someone cannot offer it. Your desire for peace does not become selfish because another person prefers confusion. You do not need everyone to agree with your boundaries before they become valid. I give myself permission to protect the quiet inside me. I no longer explain my limits until I am empty. I can care deeply and still say, "This is not enough for me." There may be a part of you that fears what will happen if you stop overgiving. What if they leave? What if the opportunity disappears? What if no one else comes? What if you discover that you were only valued for what you provided? These questions may hurt, but there is also freedom inside them. If something remains only while you are abandoning yourself, it is not asking you to love more. It is asking you to disappear. You do not have to disappear. I release the role of earning my place through exhaustion. I allow my presence to be enough. I welcome spaces where I am valued for who I am, not only for what I carry. You are more than your usefulness. You are more than the problems you solve. You are more than the comfort you give while receiving very little in return. You are allowed to be loved while resting. You are allowed to belong without proving your value every day. You are allowed to receive care before you reach the edge of your strength. I am worthy of support that arrives before I break down. I am worthy of tenderness that does not need to be requested again and again. I am worthy of being considered, remembered, and met with care. Let this truth reach the places that have been waiting quietly. You were never asking for too much by wanting steadiness. You were never difficult because uncertainty made you tired. You were never weak because you hoped someone would finally meet you clearly. Your hope came from love. Now your wisdom can guide that love toward places where it can live. I am ready to stop pouring my heart into what cannot hold it. I gather my care from places where it has been left unanswered. I return my energy to the life that is here with me now. Imagine your energy as warm water that has been flowing through many open channels. Some of those channels lead toward people who never turn to receive it. Some lead toward old plans. Some lead toward imagined futures. Some disappear into the ground of repeated worry. You do not have to close your heart. You can guide the water home. You can let it nourish your own days. You can let it fill your own cup. You can offer it where care moves both ways. I direct my energy toward what is alive, honest, and present. I stop feeding futures that exist only through my fear of letting go. I choose to nourish what can grow with me. There is strength in this choice, not the strength of becoming hard, the strength of no longer wasting your love where it cannot take root. I can be disappointed without becoming hopeless. Disappointment is a feeling. It is not a final truth about your life. Something may not happen in the form you wanted. Someone may not become who you hoped. A plan may change after you gave it your full heart. You can feel the sadness. You can let the tears come if they are there. You can admit that this was not what you wanted, and you can still believe that your life has not ended at this point. I allow disappointment to move through me without defining what is possible. I do not turn one painful answer into a story about my whole future. I let grief be honest, and I keep a small place open for what may come next. You do not have to feel hopeful every moment. You only need to stop declaring that hope is gone forever. There may be days when possibility feels far away. On those days, let possibility be small. Let it be the thought that tomorrow may feel different. Let it be the belief that you have not met every person who will care for you. Let it be the knowledge that you have not seen every place where your gifts can belong. Let it be the quiet truth that one ending cannot contain your whole life. I keep one small window open to what I cannot yet imagine. I let tomorrow remain unwritten. I allow life to contain more than the outcome I have lost. You do not need a bright vision of the future tonight. A little openness is enough. I can let a closed door remain closed. You may have returned many times. You may have knocked more softly. You may have tried different words. You may have waited outside, believing that patience would change what was happening on the other side. But sometimes the closed door is already an answer. Not an answer about your worth, an answer about access, an answer about readiness, an answer about what that place is able to give. You do not have to keep hurting your hand against it. I stop asking a closed door to become proof that I matter. I turn toward the parts of life that are able to meet me. I trust that walking away can create space for a truer welcome. There is no shame in how long you waited. You were trying to protect a hope that mattered to you. But you are allowed to notice when hope has become a reason to remain in pain. You can bless the hope. You can thank it for helping you survive. And then you can let it become something new. Hope can stop being the wish that one closed place will change. Hope can become the trust that another place exists. I release the old shape of hope. I allow hope to lead me forward instead of holding me in the past. I believe there are forms of belonging I have not experienced yet. You do not need to know where they are. You do not need to know when they will arrive. You are only making room. I am no longer begging uncertainty to become a promise. Uncertainty cannot promise you what it does not know. A person who is unclear may not be able to offer certainty. A situation still changing may not be ready to reveal its direction. You can stop asking the unknown to become a guarantee. You can meet it as it is, unfinished, unclear, still moving. I let uncertainty remain uncertainty. I do not turn mixed signals into commitments. I do not build permanent hopes on temporary attention. This does not make you negative. It makes you present. You can appreciate a kind moment without making it a promise. You can enjoy connection without writing the whole future around it. You can receive what is offered without pretending it is more than it is. I allow the present to be true in its own size. I do not enlarge small signs to calm my fear. I let consistency, time, and action reveal what can be trusted. You deserve a truth that does not require endless interpretation. My peace is not waiting inside someone else's choice. This may be difficult to accept because another person's decision may affect your life. You may care deeply about what they choose. You may want them to stay. You may want them to understand. You may want them to see your value before it is too late. But your peace cannot be hidden completely inside their hands. Some part of it must remain with you. Some part of it must be protected from every change in their mood. Some part of it must belong to your own relationship with yourself. I reclaim the peace I placed inside another person's answer. I let my inner steadiness belong to me again. I stop waiting for someone else to give me permission to feel whole. You can still love. You can still care. You can still hope. But you do not have to place your whole emotional life on the other side of someone's decision. Your breath belongs to you. Your mourning belongs to you. Your ability to care for yourself belongs to you. Your future remains larger than one person's readiness. I can survive an answer I did not expect. You may not want the difficult answer. You do not need to pretend that you do. But you are stronger than the belief that one answer can destroy everything within you. You may need time. You may need support. You may need to move slowly. You may need to grieve what you thought would happen. Still, you will remain. Your breath will continue. Your inner voice will return. Your life will begin forming a new shape. I trust my ability to meet truth with tenderness. I will not punish myself for what another person chooses. I can move through change without losing the deepest part of who I am. You have moved through change before, not perfectly, not without pain. But you moved. You learned things you did not know you could learn. You found strength after believing you had none left. You became more aware of what you need. That strength has not disappeared. I carry the wisdom of every difficult season without carrying its fear forever. I remember what I learned, and I release the belief that the same pain must repeat. I allow my experience to become guidance instead of a prison. You are not required to expect pain simply because pain happened before. I can receive an answer more compassionate than the one I planned. The mind often plans from what it already knows. It uses old experiences to create a picture of what safety should look like. But the answer that supports you may not resemble the plan you created. It may come through a different path. It may arrive after you stop searching. It may ask you to leave something familiar. It may be quieter than your old dream. It may offer more peace and less excitement. I remain open to answers that protect parts of me I once ignored. I allow support to arrive in forms I have not practiced receiving. I trust that a different answer can still be a loving answer. Different does not always mean worse. Sometimes different is the beginning of fit. I trust myself to respond when the next step becomes clear. You do not need to have the courage for every future step now. You only need enough courage for the step that is real. When the next step becomes clear, something in you will be ready to meet it. Perhaps not without fear. Perhaps not with perfect confidence, but with enough presence to move. I do not demand tomorrow's courage from myself tonight. I trust that the strength I need can rise when it is needed. I allow today's task to remain small. This is kindness. You do not need to carry future courage as another burden. You can rest. You can gather strength naturally. You can let the next step introduce itself. I am not forgotten in the quiet. Silence can make you feel unseen. When nothing changes, you may wonder whether life has passed you by. You may look for proof that something is moving. But quiet does not always mean absence. A field can appear empty while seeds are changing beneath the soil. A room can seem still while morning slowly gathers outside the window. Your life may be in a quiet stage. You do not have to call it forgotten. I let quiet seasons have meaning without forcing them to explain themselves. I trust that stillness can prepare me for a clearer movement. I remain connected to life even when nothing is demanding my attention. You do not have to create noise to prove that you are moving. Some of your deepest changes have been happening without applause. You are becoming less willing to leave yourself. You are becoming more aware of your needs. You are becoming able to feel peace without immediately distrusting it. These changes matter. I honor the inner movement no one else can see. I allow slow growth to count. I recognize that my life is changing each time I choose myself with care. I can release what refuses to meet me honestly. There may be affection. There may be history. There may be many beautiful parts, but honesty matters. If something continues to hide, avoid, confuse, or deny what is clearly present, you do not have to remain trapped in interpretation. You can care and still release. You can remember and still move forward. You can wish someone well from a distance that protects your peace. I release what asks me to doubt my own experience. I step away from patterns that make honesty feel dangerous. I choose connections where truth has room to breathe. Releasing is not revenge. It is not punishment. It is not a way to make someone regret losing you. It is the quiet act of no longer holding what cannot meet you. I choose the life in which I can breathe freely. Feel the power of this choice. Not the life that looks perfect, not the life everyone else understands. The life in which your breathing feels natural. The life where you do not wake each day preparing to defend your worth. The life where you can speak without losing yourself in fear. I choose environments where my body is not always waiting for something to go wrong. I welcome a pace that allows me to hear my own heart. I let freedom become part of my idea of success. You are allowed to build a life around inner steadiness. You are allowed to choose fewer things and feel more alive. You are allowed to stop chasing what looks impressive but feels empty. I am safe enough to stop chasing certainty. Certainty may come. It may not come in the way the mind demands. But you do not need to run after it through every thought. You do not need to study every silence. You do not need to search for meaning in every small change. I let certainty come through truth, not through obsession. I release the habit of checking whether the future has changed. I give my attention back to the day that is holding me now. Each time you return to the present, you reclaim a small piece of your life. Each time you stop rehearsing the same fear, you create a little more room. Each time you choose rest over another hour of searching, you tell yourself that your well-being matters. I am loved even when I do not know what comes next. Not knowing does not remove your lovability. Confusion does not make you less deserving of tenderness. Uncertainty does not place you outside care. You do not have to become calm before you deserve comfort. You do not have to make the perfect choice before you deserve patience. I offer myself kindness in the middle of not knowing. I remain deserving of love while my path is unfinished. I do not delay compassion until I understand everything. There is no future version of you who deserves love more than you do now. My future does not need to be feared into place. Fear believes it can protect the future by imagining every danger. But a future built under constant fear becomes narrow before it arrives. You can let the future breathe. You can let it remain open. You can meet it with care instead of pressure. I do not use worry as a tool for controlling tomorrow. I allow the future to form without placing every old fear inside it. I make room for experiences that do not repeat my past. Your past has taught you. It does not have to write every next chapter. Life can surprise me without taking away my peace. Not every surprise is danger. Not every unknown brings loss. Some surprises arrive as relief. Some arrive as the sudden knowledge that you no longer want what you once chased. Some arrive as a new form of support. Some arrive as strength you did not know was ready. I remain open to gentle surprises. I allow unexpected goodness to feel safe. I do not close my heart simply because I cannot predict what is coming. You can stay grounded and still be open. You can use wisdom and still allow wonder. You can protect yourself without building walls around every possibility. I am ready to meet what truly fits me, not to chase it, not to control it, to meet it, to recognize it, to let it be real. I am ready to notice what feels steady instead of only what feels intense. I am ready to receive care without searching for the hidden cost. I am ready to live inside choices that do not require me to become less. You are not asking for perfection. You are asking for truth. You are asking for space. You are asking for the kind of fit that allows your whole being to arrive. And now, let the deepest truth of this moment reach you. You do not need to know everything to remain whole. You are whole before the answer. You are whole while the answer is forming. You are whole if the answer changes what you hoped. You are whole if you must begin again. You are whole when you feel strong. You are whole when your heart is tired. You are whole when you trust. You are whole when part of you still doubts. Nothing outside you has the power to remove the deepest truth of your worth. You are not waiting to become complete. You are learning to stop leaving the completeness that has always been within you. Let that rest in your heart. You are not a missing piece waiting for someone else to complete the picture. You are a whole life becoming more honest about what belongs inside it. Some parts of life are understood only after they have been woven together. Imagine a large cloth being made on a quiet loom. From underneath, the threads may look confused. They cross in different directions. Some disappear beneath darker colors. Some are tied in small knots. Some seem to end without reason. If you saw only the back of the cloth, you might believe something had gone wrong. You might pull at every loose thread. You might try to straighten every crossing. You might become frustrated because the pattern does not make sense from where you are standing. But the person weaving does not see only one knot. The whole design is forming slowly. One thread passes under, and another because the pattern needs depth. One color disappears for a while because it will return in a different place. A knot that looks awkward from behind may be holding the front together. Your life can feel this way. You are standing close to the unfinished side. You see the questions. You see the delays. You see what did not happen. You see the places where one part of the plan seemed to disappear. You do not yet see how everything will belong together. This does not mean every painful event was required or deserved. It means the meaning of your life is still larger than what you can see from this moment. You do not need to pull every thread. You do not need to understand the whole pattern while it is still being made. You can let one part remain hidden. You can let one color disappear without believing it is gone forever. You can allow the design to continue beyond your current view. There are parts of your life that may make sense later. There are also parts that may never receive a complete explanation. Still, you can decide that the missing explanation will not take every peaceful moment from you. You can release the need to know without becoming careless about your life. You can be present. You can listen. You can choose what is honest now, and you can allow the larger pattern to remain unfinished. Life is bringing what fits you through many small movements, through the things that remain, through the things that leave, through the desires that grow quieter, through the needs you can no longer ignore, through the spaces that once felt empty but now feel like relief. You may not see the full design, but you can notice the texture of what is being created. Does this choice allow you to breathe? Does this connection let you remain honest? Does this path respect the life you want to live? Does the way you are waiting still include care for yourself? These questions do not reveal the whole future. They bring you closer to the thread that belongs in your hands now. You are not responsible for weaving every part at once. You can hold one thread: truth, care, respect, peace. You can choose the thread that feels honest and let the rest form around it. There is another image that may help you. Think of a long piece of music. One note alone cannot explain the whole song. A quiet space between two notes may feel empty, but the silence gives shape to what comes next. Without the silence, the music becomes crowded. Without the space, the heart cannot feel the movement. Your unanswered season may be a space between notes. You may want the next sound to arrive immediately. You may believe the silence means the music has ended. But perhaps the silence is helping the next part enter with clarity. Perhaps you are being given a moment to hear what the noise had covered. You do not have to fill every silence. You can let the space remain clean. You can let the next note arrive without pulling it toward you. The quiet does not mean you have been left behind. It may mean life is creating enough room for you to recognize what comes next. You once believed that peace would arrive only after certainty. Now you are learning that peace can help you see certainty more clearly when it appears. A restless mind can receive an answer and still create 10 new questions. A calmer heart can receive a small truth and know how to move with it. This is why your peace matters now, not after the future is solved. Now. You are not resting because nothing matters. You are resting because what matters deserves to be met by a clearer version of you. You once believed you had to chase explanations. Now you are learning to let repeated actions become information. You do not need to force a confession from reality. What continues will show itself. What disappears will also show itself. What fits will begin to feel different from what only keeps you occupied. You can stop treating confusion as a puzzle you must solve. Some confusion is the answer that something cannot meet you clearly. You do not need to hate it. You only need to stop building your home there. You once believed waiting meant giving all of yourself to the outcome. Now you are learning to wait while remaining alive. You can make plans. You can enjoy your day. You can care for your body. You can notice new interests. You can laugh without feeling guilty. You can let waiting become one small part of your experience instead of the center of your identity. There is no betrayal in continuing to live. You are not required to stay emotionally frozen so the past can find you in the same place. You once believed changing direction meant you had failed. Now you understand that turning can be a form of listening. A bird does not continue flying into a storm to prove that its first direction was correct. It turns towards safer air. It does not shame itself for noticing the wind. You can notice the wind. You can notice when effort has become harm. You can turn without explaining your whole life to everyone watching. You once believed the unknown reduced your worth. Now you are seeing that worth remains untouched by silence. A message does not create your value. An invitation does not create your value. Being selected does not create your value. These things may bring joy. They may open doors, but they do not produce the deepest truth of who you are. Your value was not placed outside you for the world to return. It has been present even in the moments you could not feel it. You once believed pressure was the voice of truth. Now you can hear the difference. Pressure rushes. Truth remains. Pressure frightens. Truth becomes clearer when you stop arguing. Pressure demands action. to remove discomfort. Truth may ask you to stay still until you understand what kind of action is truly yours. You can let the loud voice become tired. The quiet voice does not need to compete. You once believed rest required proof. Now you know rest can be part of how proof becomes visible. A tired heart may accept anything that promises relief. A rested heart can ask whether the promise is real. A tired mind may return to what is familiar. A rested mind can notice a new path. Your rest is not wasted time. It is a place where your inner vision may become less clouded. You once believed peace depended on another person's answer. Now you are bringing some of that peace back to yourself. You can say, I care about what they choose. And you can also say, I will not make their choice the only place where my life can breathe. You can hold both truths: care and self-respect, hope and presence, love and boundaries. You do not need to choose between having a heart and having peace. You can have both. You once believed a closed path meant there was nowhere else to go. Now you are making room for more than one road. Perhaps the next path will not look impressive at first. Perhaps it will begin as a small interest, a quiet decision, a new habit, a conversation that feels unexpectedly easy, a place where your body does not need to prepare itself before entering. Do not reject small openings because you expected a grand sign. Many good things begin quietly. You once believed that love had to be intense to be true. Now you are learning to value what remains steady, the care that checks in, the honesty that does not disappear when the subject becomes difficult, the effort that does not need to be begged for, the closeness that allows silence without creating fear, the person or place that does not ask you to question your worth every day. This kind of love may feel less dramatic. It may also allow you to live. You once believed you needed every answer before taking one step. Now you understand that one honest movement can be enough. You can move away from what is clearly harming you without knowing exactly where you will land. You can ask for time. You can decline what feels wrong. You can take care of one practical need. You can stop one repeated pattern. You can make one choice that gives your future more room. A single honest step can change the direction of your life without revealing the whole road. You once believed you had to understand every ending. Now you are allowing some endings to remain simple. This could not continue in a way that protected my peace. This was meaningful, but it was not able to hold my whole life. I wanted something that was not available. I learned what I need. I am ready to stop returning. These truths may be enough. You do not need a perfect explanation to begin releasing what is already over. You once believed that holding tightly showed devotion. Now you are learning that open hands can also be loving. Open hands do not grip. They do not trap. They do not demand that life remain unchanged. They allow what is honest to stay and what is complete to leave. Your hands can become open without your heart becoming cold. You can release and still remember. You can move forward and still honor what mattered. You can let go without pretending you never cared. And if a part of you doubts this, let it be here. You do not need to force belief. Doubt may sit beside you for a while. It may ask whether peace is truly possible. It may wonder whether releasing control will make you unprotected. You can let doubt ask its questions. You do not have to answer each one. You can keep breathing. You can keep choosing what is kind. Belief may grow slowly through experience. Each time you survive an unanswered hour, trust grows. Each time you rest without solving everything, trust grows. Each time you choose a clear boundary and discover that you remain whole, trust grows. Each time you allow something to leave and feel your own life returning, trust grows. You do not need one powerful moment of perfect faith. You need many small moments in which you stop leaving yourself. Let the silence after these words become part of the message. Nothing has to be added. You are allowed to sit beside the unfinished pattern. You are allowed to hear the space between notes. You are allowed to let the next part arrive in its own time. The life that fits you is not demanding that you understand it before it reaches you. It is asking you to become honest enough to recognize it, gentle enough to receive it, grounded enough not to trade it for another form of confusion. You are becoming ready, not through force, through release, not through constant searching, through listening, not by knowing everything. By becoming faithful to what you already know about the kind of life your heart can breathe inside. The questions can rest now. They do not need to disappear. They only need to become quiet enough for your body to stop carrying them. Let your eyes become still. They have looked for answers. They have studied words, faces, screens, and small changes. They have searched for signs of what might happen next. Now they can stop searching. The night does not require them to find anything. Let the small muscles around your eyes soften in their own way. There is no need to force them. Simply let the darkness or the gentle space around you become enough. Your forehead can become smooth. It does not need to hold the next plan. It does not need to remember every detail. It does not need to solve the silence. What matters can return when you are rested. What is true will not be lost because your mind becomes quiet. Your jaw can loosen. There may be words you did not say. There may be words you are waiting to hear. they can remain unfinished tonight. Your mouth does not need to prepare another explanation. Your tongue can rest. Your face can release the expression it has been carrying for the world. You do not have to look strong here. You do not have to look certain. You can simply rest. Let your neck become easier. It has helped you hold your head through long days. It has carried the weight of looking ahead. It can release some of that effort. Let your shoulders lower in their own time. They do not need to hold anyone else's choice. They do not need to carry the future. They do not need to protect every person you love. For this moment, they can be only shoulders, warm, heavy, quiet. Let the arms rest. Nothing needs to be reached for. No answer needs to be pulled closer. No person needs to be held in place. No door needs to be kept open by your effort. Your arms can be free of that work. Let your hands become soft. They may have spent the day typing, carrying, fixing, checking, and holding. They can stop. The fingers can become loose. The palms can remain open. There is nothing to grip. There is nothing you must prevent from leaving tonight. Let the breath find the chest. Do not make it perform. Allow it to move in the way that feels natural. The chest may rise a little, then fall. A new breath may come, then leave. You can follow this simple movement without counting. There is no finish line. There is no correct depth. The breath is enough as it is. With every easy exhale, let the day become farther away, not gone, only finished for now. The conversations can become quieter. The unfinished tasks can move to another room in your mind. The questions can lie down beside the day that carried them. You do not need to bring them into sleep. Let the area around your heart soften. Your heart has held many opposite feelings: love and disappointment, hope and fear, trust and doubt, the wish to stay and the wish to be free. It does not need to choose between them now. All of these feelings can become quiet. Your heart can rest without resolving its whole story. I allow the night to hold what my heart cannot finish. I let sleep receive the feelings I no longer need to explain. I give myself permission to become quiet before clarity arrives. Let the stomach release the work of preparing. It may have been waiting for a message, waiting for change, waiting for something to go wrong. Tell this part of you that nothing is being demanded now. It can become soft. It can be supported. The future is not entering the room tonight. Only rest is here. Let the lower back settle into the support beneath you. You do not have to hold yourself above the bed or the surface beneath you. Let yourself be carried. There is no need to earn this support. Your weight is welcome. Your tiredness is welcome. Your unfinished thoughts are welcome. You can be held exactly as you are. Let the hips become heavy. Let the legs become still. They have taken you far enough for today. They do not need to run toward tomorrow. They do not need to return to yesterday. They can rest in this one place. The knees can soften. The lower legs can release their effort. The ankles can become loose. The feet can stop searching for the next path. No step is required. The road can remain hidden. You are safe to sleep without seeing where it leads. I release today from my body. I do not carry every unfinished moment into the night. I let rest become the only task before me. Let the breath become quieter. The body may begin to feel distant from the questions that seemed so close before. You are drifting now, not away from yourself, deeper into the part of you that does not need to know. Softer, quieter, safe. You do not need to make this happen. Let the words become fewer. Let the spaces between them become wider. Your mind can float past a thought without entering it. If a question appears, let it move by. If a memory appears, let it become lighter. If an image of tomorrow appears, let it fade before it becomes a plan. The night can remain simple. You are allowed to sleep before the answer comes. You are allowed to rest without deciding what everything means. You are allowed to stop working on your life for a while. I let my mind become quiet without fear of missing something. I trust that important truth can return when I am awake. I allow the night to protect my energy. Your rest is not avoidance. You have listened. You have cared. You have tried. Now you can stop. Rest can support your healing journey by giving your inner world more space. Rest may help you feel calmer. Rest can make it easier to hear what is true without the noise of exhaustion. You do not need to demand any result from sleep. You only need to receive it. I welcome the comfort of doing nothing. I let my body rest in its own natural rhythm. I release the belief that worry keeps me safe. The room is quiet enough. The surface beneath you is steady enough. This breath is enough. Nothing more is required. You are drifting now, deeper into quiet, softer around the edges of the day, safe inside this one moment. The unknown can remain outside your sleep. It will still be there when morning comes, but it may not feel the same. You may see it differently. You may feel stronger. You may discover that the question has become smaller. You do not need to know. I allow sleep to come before certainty. I let unanswered thoughts lose their hold on me. I trust the quiet wisdom that may rise after rest. Your whole body can become heavy. Your face is soft. Your shoulders are low. Your hands are open. Your chest moves gently. Your stomach is no longer preparing. Your legs are still. Your feet have nowhere to go. You are here. You are held. You can rest. I let this night belong to peace. I release the day without judging how it went. I welcome the softness that comes when I stop trying. Let the next breath arrive. Let it leave. And let yourself move a little farther into sleep. No force, no hurry, only quiet, only warmth, only the simple truth that nothing needs to be solved here. You do not need to know tonight. The answer can wait beyond the edge of sleep. You are not responsible for pulling it closer. You can become quiet and let time continue its work. You do not need to know tonight. Your life is not asking for another hour of worry. Your heart is allowed to rest before it understands. You can release the need to know and remain deeply connected to yourself. You do not need to know tonight. Let the question become small. Let the room become quiet. Let your breathing carry you away from effort. Your peace can exist before certainty. It may begin as one easy breath. It may begin as the moment you stop checking. It may begin when you decide that your body does not need to carry tomorrow. Peace can be here before certainty. You do not have to wait for the message, the result, or the final decision. You can choose one soft moment now. You can let calm become part of the way you wait. Peace can be here before certainty. Let it become simple. No proof, no promise. Only this quiet place where you no longer fight the present. What fits you will not require you to betray yourself. You will not need to become invisible to keep it. You will not need to deny every need. You will not need to earn your place through constant pain. What fits you will respect the truth inside you. It may invite growth. It may ask for courage. But it will not require you to disappear. You will still be able to hear your own heart. What fits you will allow you to remain. Your voice, your needs, your quiet, your joy, your whole self. You can trust life without becoming passive. You can rest and still act when action becomes clear. You can release control and still hold your boundaries. You can remain open without accepting what repeatedly harms your peace. You can trust life and continue listening to yourself. Trust is not blindness. It is the decision to stop suffering through every possible future before it arrives. It is the belief that you can respond when truth becomes clear. You can trust life and remain awake to what is real. You are worthy in this unfinished season. Nothing about your value is waiting to be decided. No silence can remove it. No delay can reduce it. No ending can erase it. You are worthy while the path remains unfinished. You do not need to complete every lesson before you deserve care. You do not need to become fearless before you deserve rest. You are allowed to be loved by your own heart now. You are worthy here, tired, uncertain, still learning, still becoming. You are worthy without another step. You can let questions rest. They do not need to be destroyed. They only need to stop leading. You can place them gently at the edge of your awareness. They can remain there until another day. You can let the questions sleep. You can stop carrying them from one moment into the next. You can let silence exist without filling it. Nothing important is lost when worry becomes quiet. You can let the questions rest and allow your body to follow. You are safe to meet life one day at a time. You do not need the strength for every future day tonight. You need only enough softness to remain here. Tomorrow it will bring its own light, its own information, and its own step. You can meet life one day at a time, one honest choice, one caring response, one moment of listening. You are not required to live the whole journey now. You can meet life as it arrives, not before, not all at once. You can meet it gently. What belongs with you can arrive in a form that respects you. It may not look like the old picture. It may not enter through the door you watched for so long. It may be quieter, kinder, more mutual, more peaceful. What belongs with you can respect your energy. It can recognize your growth. It can make room for the person you are now. You do not need to become your old self to receive it. What belongs with you can meet you where you are becoming honest. Life is bringing what fits you, not by rewarding perfect thoughts, not by demanding that you believe without doubt. Through time, through truth, through the way you are learning to choose what allows you to breathe. Life is bringing what fits you as you release what asks you to disappear. As you stop returning to closed places, as you make space for clear care, you do not need to watch every step of its arrival. You can sleep, you can live. You can let the next part come closer without your fear pulling at it. Which line touched your heart the most? You can share it in the comments when you are ready. A few honest words may help you remember what your heart no longer wants to forget. And if these words helped you feel more peaceful, you are welcome to join this space. You can return whenever your thoughts feel heavy and you need a gentle place to rest. For now, nothing more is needed. Let the words become quiet. Let your body become heavy. Let the future remain open. You do not need to chase what is meant to meet you honestly. You do not need to lose sleep proving that you care. You do not need to solve life before life can support you. Your breathing is enough. Your resting is enough. Your presence is enough. You can release this day. You can release the question. You can release the picture of how everything must happen. What truly fits your life does not need tonight's worry to find its way to you. Rest now. Let the unanswered become quiet. Let your heart remain open without reaching. Let sleep come gently. The path can wait until morning, and you can be held by the peace of not needing to know